Hey, yo. Hey, yo. If you don't know where I get that "hey yo" from, that's from Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall from the NWO. Okay, so that's a big up to Scott Hall. You know what I'm saying? We back again on this Thursday, April 22nd, 2021. Man, it's a lot going on in sports. You know, we're gonna get into the NBA, the MLB, and we're gonna preview the UFC 261 this weekend.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited about this one, bro. I'm excited about this one.
Basketball.
You know the main event. You know, and the co-main event too. You can't sleep on the ladies. You can't sleep on the ladies. Both of them are tough. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into all that, brother, on this. Man, it's by this CT, so we bipolar today with the weather. You know what I'm saying? It's a little cold. It was snowing a little bit, dude.
Yeah, this morning I heard that it was snowing up there this morning, huh?
Dude, I'm like, come on, man. And you know what?
I don't miss it.
My guy Bill here, that owns this building and everything. He every time I come in, it's bad weather, bro. I'm like, come on, man. That's making me look bad. It's making me look bad. You know what I'm saying? So, we got that going on. And like a week from now, it's gonna be like 80 degrees. So there you go.
It's 83 down here right now, bro.
Beautiful, beautiful as always. As
always.
In Florida, crazy Florida, to let you know.
Yeah.
Basically the Wild West. Wild West, you know what I'm saying? Wild East, Wild South, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man, let's get into it, baby. We're gonna get into the NBA. You know what I mean? We gotta quite. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. We got quite a bit going on, and I had that. We got a question here. The first question in the NBA, because Anthony Davis, AD, returns tonight to the Lakers. And I'm wondering, bro.
The Kings not there.
Do the Lakers have enough time to gel before the playoffs start? Because I guess, AD comes back tonight, and I think LeBron comes back in like a week or so, I believe.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
they got plenty of time.
Plenty of time to gel.
You're talking about two of the best players in the NBA.
Uh-huh.
Add them onto any team, and they'll gel quickly. So the Lakers are getting by right now, but remember, we talked about this, Marcus. Is a difference between regular season and playoffs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They have enough time. They have enough time to get back on the court, get themselves in basketball shape before the playoffs comes. And yeah, the Lakers will be ready. As far as winning the Western Conference, that's still out there. That still remains to be seen.
I don't know, man.
AD and a LeBron in the conversation to a team, it's gonna make that team a lot better.
I don't know. I don't know. Like you said, they're in the West, so I don't know if they haven't. I'm not I think LeBron is LeBron. He's the man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. And they trying to get another, they trying to get another championship.
Can't underestimate the champs, Marcus. They're the champs.
I know you can't underestimate the champs, but we had to put in circumstances that was a bubble, that was kind of an AAU environment, which they probably loved it. It was a throwback. Don't get me wrong, some of them missed their families, probably, all of them missed their families, but let's be honest, that was a very expensive AAU tournament.
Right. I agree.
Even though it's professional, he is the NBA, but yeah, that's how it was. They just didn't have the only difference. They didn't have their parents with them. That's right. That's the only difference.
At the end of the playoffs, though, they were allowed to have
Well, they had
their
family. Yeah, they had their
yeah,
family.
family
Some
at
of them
the
had
end. Yeah.
family and stuff. So
But yeah, this is a new year, new league. It's going to be tough for them to repeat.
yeah,
But can they do it? Absolutely.
and I don't know
They
I don't know the rules in Cali when it comes to the whole COVID protocols and everything, but maybe they'll be getting some fans back in the building, or do they have fans? I don't
yeah,
think
I
LA.
think they'll have fans in come playoff time. I think it'll be at a 20% capacity or maybe even 50% capacity. Um,
Yeah,
and it makes a big difference. The fans in the stands make a big difference.
yeah,
So we'll see what happens.
yeah. We'll see. Like you say, like you just said a little while ago, AD comes back tonight, so that's a little relief, I guess, for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that they're getting LeBron. I think last week they said it was 2 weeks, left for LeBron. So I think he should be coming back next week. I hope I'm not wrong, but I believe that I'm correct. So maybe you're right, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of tough teams going to be coming at the Lakers. They're going to be coming for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying, bro? So we'll see with all that, with the what happened with the Lakers with their two big superstars return. You can call AD a superstar now because he has a
No,
ring. He's a
well,
champ.
he's been a superstar.
I'm,
He's been a
I'm,
superstar.
I mean, well, yeah, he was a
He's been a superstar.
superstar and on his other team he was with,
Yeah.
and that's why he wanted to leave, because they weren't building the right team around him. So
No, he just wanted to leave to go play with LeBron. That's what he.
smart man,
Mm-hmm.
he got himself a
Mm-hmm.
ring, got his championship. So we'll see what happened with the LA Lakers.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles Lakers. I've never been to Los Angeles. I would like to
Me
go
neither.
out there like soon.
Yeah, I'd like to visit it, and just like I said, just visit it. That's it. Nothing
Yeah.
else.
Well, yeah, we talk about the wild Florida. The West Coast, Cali ain't too far behind. They kind of crazy too out there. Can't be getting caught up in them streets. Better stay at the hotel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, LA, let's see what they can do, baby. Let's see what they can do. Yeah, next we're going to keep it in the NBA. And we pose the question here. In the East, because, James Harden is out indefinitely. When I don't like that word, indefinitely.
Just resting.
That's just a key phrase.
That's a key phrase of the show today. They just resting.
Well,
LeBron's
a lot.
resting.
They've been resting all season. Remember, Kyrie was gone for a little while.
No, well, he has personal. He just has personal.
He had
issues.
personal stuff going on, and then KD was gone, and he came back, and then he's gone. Is he back again? Yeah. I don't know.
No, KD didn't play last night, so
so yeah, they're keeping him. He's like, he's in limbo. He's limbo. So
there's that phrase again. They're resting him. Getting ready for the play.
You got Mr.
Ready for the chip.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that I don't know. But with Mr. Harden, that word indefinitely, I don't know. And we got the question here: Can the Nets beat the 76ers in the playoff without Harden? Say if Harden is not able, or say if Harden able to come, maybe midway through the series.
Yes, the answer is yes.
You think they can win without Harden?
They got Kyrie, they got Durant, they got Blake, they got presence, they got rebounding, they got power in the middle. Harden just adds another dimension to that team. But yeah, can they win without Harden? Yes, absolutely. You got two of the top guns in the NBA that could score. They're scorers. Mm-hmm. And you still got other players around them too that can shoot the ball pretty well too. Yeah, they got enough. I picked them to win even without Harden, before Harden even got there. So can they win without Harden? Yes. Can they beat the Sixers without Harden? Absolutely. It's going to take a little more. They're going to have to get the best out of every player they have on that team. And Embiid is still rolling.
Well, that's what I was going to. That's the key guy I was going to say right there. Is
He's still playing his
Joel Embiid. He
and
looks
once
like
again,
a different. He looks like a different dude this season. He looked like he's focused. I think getting put out the playoffs these last couple of years, have been heartbreaking for him.
Once again, he also rested for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, getting ready for this.
He has a history, so it's different with him. He remember his early years. We didn't see a lot of Joel Embiid's early years. He was out.
That's the difference between the NBA now and what the NBA was. You never saw players taking a day off. I mean, Kyrie Irving has a personal day off every other week. He takes a personal day off. Come on, man. You got a contract. Honor the contract. I can see if it's a matter of life and death, which if it is, then hey, more power to him. He deserves the day off. But these guys back in the days, they played all 82 games.
Yeah, they played all 82.
They played 78 out of 72 games. And you know what hurts the most is the fans. Because people pay to see these guys play.
Yeah.
So let's say me and you, we're going to see a Knicks game and a Celtics game.
Or we fly out. Or okay, you come up here and we drive down to New York and we go
to Madison Square and we see the Celtics and Knicks. And then we get there, we find out Randall's not playing, but he could play. Tatum's not playing, but he could play. It's like
that's true.
We'll still be excited about watching the game.
You spend that money.
We want to see the players that we spend the money.
The NBA has tried to correct that with finding teams for because remember they used to say resting. They're out resting.
Well,
now they don't say that anymore.
Well, Popovich started that.
He started it. He sent them on Southwest Airlines. And that's how it got out because people saw them at the airport.
Saying, he was going to rest Duncan. He was going to rest Ginobili. They're not playing today. And then the people that got hurt were the fans because they paid money to go see these guys play. And then they show up and they're like, oh, they're resting today. Really?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It takes away from the game and it takes away from the fans' popularity, man.
Yeah. Well, not just resting. They actually left town. They didn't even play.
Yeah, they didn't even come. They didn't come
to
the
stadium.
They didn't
even go, So, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I think it's not just the players. I think these players are different. That maybe, LeBron, he has that kind of grit in him. He could have played in the 90s, but a lot of these players.
Soft.
Huh?
They're soft.
Yeah, that's why they're
soft, Marcus. They're soft.
And
they're soft. Half of these players couldn't play in the 80s or the 90s.
Oh, you see how Kevin Durant, he goes off, when some a person like us can say something to KD and he'll go off on, on you. You're gonna go on Twitter and say something. And he just had a big thing a few weeks ago with Michael Rappaport, Michael Rapp, he going at it and supposedly they're cool, cool again, but it's just crazy. How
shut up and dribble.
I don't know about that, but when it comes to you getting paid,
right?
You're getting paid millions.
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line.
And you're getting paid way more than what they got paid in the 90s. You're getting paid, now 3-4 times what they used to get paid. You know what I mean?
And not only do you want to earn that contract.
These, and then now you got to really bring the eyes, on the TV because of barely any fans in the building.
Right.
So you need those players so you could sell that, that TV, ESPN and TNT, they can sell that, Kyrie, KD and Harden, going against, such and such tonight,
Right.
They need to note those names to sell. So I get in there, especially if it's a televised game, and that makes it look worse. When it's a televised game and they sit out, that makes it look worse. So, we'll see. I don't know. Well, I don't know with the whole Nets versus, Sixers without Harden. I don't know if the Nets can do it, bro. I don't know.
We'll see. It should be a good series, regardless if Harden plays or doesn't play. But yeah, the Nets can win. And
Okay.
the Nets can beat anybody. Any given night, I think any given series, the Nets can beat anybody. They just have too. I think they just have too much firepower.
I think it's too much.
Yeah, I think it's too much. You have to control because any of those guys, Kyrie and Durant are going to get theirs. But if you got a Blake that can score 20, 25, um, and some of those other cats on that team that can score 18, 20,
Yeah.
there's nobody beating them.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
That's,
there's nobody.
I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I think let's say they get past the Sixers, if they meet, early in the playoffs, if they get past them,
Okay.
I don't know. That's gonna be hard on Kyrie and KD. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's what I think. They're going. It's the playoffs is different beast. You know what I mean? The playoffs.
It's a whole different season.
You
Yes,
know
it
what
is.
I mean? So
And I'm looking forward to it.
yes, it shall be good since they're back in the arenas. The
Yeah.
whole look of it from TV as fans will
Mm-hmm.
be excited and can't wait to get to the playoffs and keeping it. We got a couple more things in the NBA before we move on.
Say the
Got the
name.
question about your team. About your team.
The New
The
York
New
Knicks.
York. Okay. The New York Knicks are fourth in the East. So we got the question here: Are the Knicks
7 in a row.
are eight
Playing
in a
great.
row? Eight.
8
Don't
in a
discount
row.
your team. Is eight
Okay,
in a
that's right.
row.
8 in a row. I'm sorry. 8
The
in a row.
longest streak. I think
Since
this month. Yeah. So far.
Since the Ewing era, I think.
So
Or the
are the
Carmelo
Knicks?
era.
Yeah. Are the Knicks finally on the right track?
Yes. The question to that is absolutely yes. They got a couple pieces in Randall, who's still going to get better. He's still young.
I think RJ Barrett's going to get better. Don't.
RJ Barrett's going to get better. They're playing team ball. They're unselfish. They're, as Clyde Frazier would say, they're swishing and dishing. They are really playing good basketball. And let's not forget the fact that their coach, Thibodeau, is a defensive coach.
Yeah.
He wants the players to take responsibility for their actions, and he's doing a magnificent job with what the team that he has. Noel's in the middle of the center. Oh my God, what a defensive guy! I've seen him block some shots that you just got to shake your head. They're getting the best out of every player that they have, and this team, and not like teams in the past, they're very unselfish. They look for one another. They depend on one another, and they're playing absolutely great basketball right now. They're in the 4th seed, which almost they could possibly, Marcus, if they keep winning, they could pass Milwaukee and become a 3rd seed.
You think so?
They're right there.
Yeah.
They're right there.
Yeah.
Let Milwaukee mess around and lose a couple more games, and Knicks keep winning. They could pass them for the 3rd seed. The future is bright for the Knicks. They might add a couple pieces more next year. And if they do that and maybe get a couple free agents over there, New York basketball and New York City fans of basketball is back in New York. They finally made their turnaround.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see, what's up with the Knicks, because right below them in number 5
is your team.
My team. The Celtics, who I am not, 100%, excited about them going in the playoffs right now, but they're looking a little better than what they were, say, a month ago.
And the key to that is because they're healthy.
They're healthy, and I think you're getting more out of who I said you should be getting out of, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum, yes. He's playing fantastic ball these last 10 games.
He's been playing some all-star.
So is Brown.
Yeah, Brown.
And Marcus Smart got his legs
always
for a while. He's got his legs underneath him now. So Marcus Smart is playing good ball. Listen, Boston's got a good team, and it's just like me and you said, they're still missing, I think, that one piece.
They need that one piece.
If Fournier which I think is hurt. I haven't heard too much about
Yeah,
him.
he's on. Yeah, I think he was on.
If
Yeah.
if he comes back during the playoff run, get a couple games under his belt, he could be a difference in like maybe a first round series or a second round series.
Mm-hmm.
But I do expect Boston to make the playoffs. And I would love to see the Knicks and Boston go at it in the playoffs. It would bring back so many great memories when Frazier and Willis Reed and them were going against Cowens and Havlicek in the 70s. Then you had Ewing and them going up against Bird in the 80s. And then you had the Celtics of the 90s with Paul Pierce and what's
Well, you had a few players because you had D Brown early on.
Garnett, Paul
Oh yeah, that was 2000s. That was like 2000.
So I would like to see that the Celtics and the Knicks come back and play ball, man, in the series. That would be great.
That'd be good. Some young players. Got some veterans on both teams.
And then me and you would make a side wager, of course, on that.
You already know. When we find out that's happening, when we find out it's Knicks versus Celtics, oh, you already know.
A lot of TV ratings for that.
That's when I will get. That's what I will be, just like you said, because of the nostalgia of what it was, but years ago. So yeah, man. That'll be exciting. That'll be exciting. So yeah, I definitely get excited for that one.
Yeah. The history, just the history alone of those two teams playing each other would be great for the NBA and great for the fans.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. So yeah, before we get out the NBA, with Harden down, Joel Embiid, he's just coming back. LeBron is out. He's going to come back soon. But there's been one guy been playing lights out, in my opinion. He had an off night last night. He didn't have a big night last night. But got the question here: is Mr. Steph Curry?
Good. Let's do Steph Curry.
Since everything is out, is Mr. Steph Curry the front runner for the MVP? Just how he's been playing, and Harden's out and LeBron's out and Embiid is just coming back. So as of now, last couple weeks, is he a front runner?
I don't know about a front runner, but he's definitely in the conversation.
He's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation for the simple fact that he's been playing without Clay.
Well, we named him. We put him in like the top 5. Like we said this a few weeks ago.
But he's been balling. I mean, he's been balling this whole year, and he doesn't have the now. Can you just imagine Steph being on like a Philly team with Embiid and Simmons, or even envision him being even on the Knicks? If the Knicks had a Stephon Curry on that team, with the team they got, so he definitely makes the argument that he makes other people around him better.
Mm-hmm.
And the Warriors have been playing without their big men. Like Looney's been hurt, Weissman has been hurt.
Yeah,
there's a lot of guys that have been hurt, and Steph continues to ball. I don't know about front runner, because I still think that Joel Embiid
think, even though I
still think Joel Embiid is still, if he finishes out the rest of the season and Philly finishes in either first or second in the Eastern Conference, I do believe Joel Embiid is the MVP of the league.
Well, you believe if Harden didn't go down, he would have been the clear.
And let's not forget, another candidate that I'm going to throw in there, the Joker. From the Nuggets.
Yes, Nikola Jokic. Like, yes, we always, you know why? He's in Utah. So we tend to forget about.
He's in Denver.
I mean, Denver. I'm sorry. Denver. No, forgive me. He's in Denver. So, teams like them.
Utah, they'd win the championship if he was in Utah.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
Because he's with Murray and
he's played he hasn't missed a game.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Playing
dependable.
the whole year and still putting up numbers. I'd be surprised. Not be so. I wouldn't be surprised if Jokic gets the MVP.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes. They need, I mean, teams like them, they need more prime time, TV, so everyone can see what they
Right.
do, because he's very underrated. Like in the league, they give him his props. You hear him on
Yeah.
TNT with
Well, I
Shaq
get to
and
see him.
Barkley and them.
We get to see him every once in a while because we have the SDR TV.
Oh, you mean, that's different. Well, I'm speaking for the rest of the world, that just views them from ESPN and the major sports networks.
We get to see all those basketball games, so we see the players in different games.
He's in there too. But Steph has been balling. I think you gotta put him at least in the top 2 or 3 conversation.
Yes, no doubt.
MVP.
He's definitely up there. You know what? And I think that this year's MVP race is going to go. I mean, I think it's going to be one of the closest MVP races we've seen in a long time. Because each one of the guys that we're talking about, being Embiid, being Curry, being the Joker, even LeBron, when he was hurt, he was still carrying the Lakers and everything like that. There's a bunch of guys that can win the MVP in the league this year.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy.
Whoever wins it, will be well deserving of the trophy. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
So we shall see what happens with that. The whole MVP race, man. It's a cool thing. Like you just said, with all the guys
I still think Embiid is still.
You still think
I still think Embiid is still number 1.
Well, he's been playing like insane. Like I said, he's a different dude this season. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that MVP these last couple months, the NBA, as we move right along. And I'm going to spend too much time because on the MLB. Because of the first question has to do with a team I can't stand. And then the second question is our team. And I don't know what to say about the Yankees right now. But yeah, let's get this question out of the way because I don't like this team. They really bother me. But have the Red Sox bounced back, bro?
It's too early to tell. They've been it's only been 18 games, 19 games. They've got off to a pretty good start. Their manager's back. Cora.
Well, they got their I was just about to say they got their guy back, so that makes a big difference when you have the guy that you don't love to listen to and that you that pushes you to play. But man, I just don't like to see this, bro. I don't like to see them at the top of the East at no point in time. You know me, I'm just that much of a Red Sox hater, and I'm gonna have the Red Sox fans like talking crap about me. But hey, man, I don't like your team. I love the Patriots. I love the Patriots. Love the Patriots. Love the Celtics. I can't stand the Red Sox, and that's just how it is.
That's
so you say it's too early. I really don't care. I really don't care. I'm not paying them any attention because
I still go by what I said last week on the show. Come June, July, the Yankees will be in first place. They're off to a slow start. It happens. Weather's still a little cold. Once they're getting good pitching. It's not like they're not getting good pitching.
No, that's not. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, let's go to that question. Let's go to that question right now. Why are the Yankees losing?
Because they're not hitting the base.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. They're playing good defense. I was watching the game last night. Frazier made a diving catch. Judge made a couple nice catches. Urshela, nothing gets by there on the ground at third base. He's just the guy's got an amazing glove. They're getting good pitching. Their bullpen is second as far as in the league, and they're just not hitting. And they're not hitting with runners in scoring position. And it's a good example.
The most important time you need to hit
They're not hitting with men on base. Once they get through that and they start putting in runs and their hitters start hitting the ball, the weather gets a little warmer, you're going to see a different Yankee team. You might see a Yankee team that'll
But
win 25.
they always give you something to get excited, bro. Like when you see that grand slam, how long ago was that? Now it was like a week or two ago that Stanton hit.
That's Stanton hit, yes.
And then where's he been at since then?
Well, once the weather gets a little warmer, I believe they'll turn it around, and don't be surprised if they go on a tear, like win 25 out of 30 games, maybe 30 out of 40 games.
I say they better. That's all I got to say about that.
It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And Buck Showalter, who used to coach them, remember 95, 90, 94, 95 when they had Mattingly? Buck?
Before Joe Torre?
Oh, yeah, before Joe Torre. Buck Showalter is waiting in the wings. Aaron Boone, I think, is on the hot seat, believe it or not. Cashman says he's not going anywhere. I don't know.
I don't know, man. You got to turn this around.
If things continue to get worse in New York City, in the Bronx, Boone might be gone.
And I thought he started off good. I thought he had a great season last year.
Well, if George Steinbrenner was here, may rest in peace, Boone would have been gone already. Yeah, Boone would have been gone already. How he moves. George would not stand for a season of 7-10 start.
You said, may he rest in peace.
Not with that team that Boone has inherited. Boone has inherited a team that is built to win a championship, and he hasn't done it yet. He's on the hot seat. He's on the hot seat. If they don't turn it around by, say, the middle of next month, Boone is gone.
You think before the season? It's over.
It's over. He's gone.
Before the season over, if they don't turn it around.
He's got till May, middle of May, at the end of May to turn this team around. If he doesn't do it by then.
I don't know. I think you underestimating how stubborn Cashman is. As a general manager, he's stubborn.
Steinbrenner has the last say in that, boy. You want
you mean the family? I mean, yeah, maybe, but I mean, he's been running the team how he's been wanting to run the team.
Yeah, and he's got the players to have a great season.
Come on, he's in New York businessman, big ego. Come on,
Marcus, let's be honest. He got to the middle of May, Marcus. Middle of May. He's got to the middle of May. We're Yankee fans, Marcus. You know how we do. We can't stand this 7-10 start, 7-11, 4 losing games 4-0, 2-0, not getting any run production whatsoever.
Exactly. Like, man, I just don't like. I don't like seeing a team that was crap last year in the Red Sox. Start of the season, they look like they're right back in stride. And then you got the Yankees, who we've been saying should get number 28 the last 3 to 5 years or so. We've been saying, oh, they're getting it this year. Oh, they're getting it this year. Oh, they're getting it this year. And it's just been disappointment at disappointment.
And don't forget a big reason, like you said, for the Red Sox playing good baseball is they got their manager back. That's one. And some teams, believe it or not, play for their manager.
They do.
Boston
do.
The Red Sox are ecstatic that Cora's back, and they're playing for him. So when you got guys that play for your coach and understand your coach.
I don't know. Aaron Boone needs to figure out something to get out these players because you got too many. You spending too much money. You spend a lot of money. We need to be in the World Series. That's all I got to say about that. As we move on,
that's a true fact and true fact spoken as a Yankee fan.
Come on, they've been spending money like this forever, and it's like, come on.
It's World Series or bust.
Exactly. So we shall see.
We understand that.
He believes they can turn it around.
He's got till middle of May.
We shall see, bro. We shall see with the Yankees as we move on. Before
Joe Walter is waiting in the background.
Yeah, we shall see, man. We shall see.
Okay.
And before we move on from baseball, Another team that looked like they just like in the same spot they were last season, the World Series champions, the Dodgers. And I'm asking a question because they're looking good right now. Can the Dodgers go back to back?
Yes.
I didn't even have to finish the question.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
You know what? Know why I get looking at the Dodgers? Because that's what the Yankees should be.
Yes.
When I watch the Dodgers, when I watch Kershaw, when I watch those guys, Mookie, I love Mookie. You know, I just couldn't. You know, I'm sorry, as a Yankee fan, I hate to admit this, but I wanted Mookie on the Yankees. So since he's a Dodgers, because I'm such a Red Sox hater, you know, I try to wear that Mookie shirt around the Mookie Dodgers shirt that I got because he's a World Series champion. He deserved that championship. I wear that around my Red Sox fans because that was you let go a superstar, basically.
Yeah. Because you let go a superstar.
I wish the Yankees would have snatched him up because he's got big.
The Yankees to get him too. Yeah,
he's got big city personality, man. And you before I get the question out, you said and I'm looking at it and I'm like, they can.
The Dodgers have everything that the Yankees have, believe it or not, but they're winning baseball games and the Yankees are not.
Exactly, and the Yankees can't get too far behind, bro, because you looking at the NL and you got the Dodgers, and in your own division, you got the Red Sox and you got Tampa.
Right.
So it's not getting easier.
Wait a minute, and you got a up and coming Toronto Blue Jay team.
But I'm just saying it's not getting easier for the Yankees. So when are you going to do it?
Yeah, when are you going to respond? Start playing baseball. But
the Dodgers look like they never even took they just kept playing after the season was over.
Well, I think they're playing with a chip on their shoulder too, because
all those years they went out without. It was been since the 80s.
And not only that, but don't forget they played under the COVID rules and all this stuff. So
they didn't get the really celebration that they want. Yeah, I got you.
They're playing with a chip on their shoulder to let everybody know in the baseball world know this wasn't a fluke. This is a team we have. This is a team that's the best in baseball, and they're proving it right now by playing the best baseball in town right now.
Well, they look good, and I'm not a Dodgers hater. There may be some Dodgers.
They're a good team.
Yeah, there may be some Dodgers haters, probably some Dodgers haters in New York because they used to be in Brooklyn. So that old thing, it's probably some old school, baseball fans that probably remember that and probably still, still feel bitter over that move, them moving to LA. But I don't have a problem with the Dodgers. I just don't want to see the Red Sox win, and I need my Yankees.
There's only one good thing in baseball right now, as far as us Yankee fans are concerned, and that the Astros.
That's not their name. This is a family show, so we're not going to say their actual name. What my brother and I call them. What we call them actually, cheater.
The Astros are in last place.
Yeah. Yes. They're in last.
Yeah. They're in last. So that makes it that for us.
That's a good feeling. That feels good.
It's a wonderful feeling.
That's a good feeling, but I will feel a lot better. I will feel a lot better if the Yankees were number one in the AL East. And that needs to happen. You said before May. Or Aaron Boone is out of it. No, you said you said by May.
He better turn it around.
By May.
If he turns it around at the beginning of May, middle of May, I said the Yankees would be in first place by June.
Okay. We'll see. We shall see, man.
Let's give it an extra month, July.
But we agree the Dodgers can win back-to-back chips, especially with how they look.
They have the team to do it, no doubt.
Yes. And to me, when you get off to a good start, you can continue. Baseball is up and down. I understand, but getting off to a good start is so important because you get off to a good start. Then you can go through a little slump. Then you can get back because it's 160 some odd games. You know what I mean? So you can do that. But when you get off to a bad start, it's hard to get that mojo going. Don't get me wrong, teams have turned it around. They have turned it around, but I don't know. The Yankees, I don't know. They better get in gear, man, because the Dodgers ain't falling back, and it looks like the Red Sox, and of course we talk about Tampa. They're not slowing down anytime soon. So
Yes.
so yeah, man. Yeah, as we move along from the
MLB.
MLB, before we get up out of here, we're gonna talk about some UFC. We're gonna preview UFC 261 this Saturday night. Brother. You know what I mean? And we got some big matches on that card, man. You know, we got the ones I'm looking at. I just wrote down the ones I'm looking at, bro.
Right.
We got Chris Weidman, who we, you know, some years ago we know defeated Anderson Spider Silva because he was playing around.
Yep.
I was so mad at Anderson Silva that night. So we got Chris Weidman versus Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall, he's pretty good fighter, man.
Should be interesting fight. That should be an interesting fight.
So you got a veteran, you know.
It's got a good card.
Yeah, man. So you got that fight. So, you know, I'm just going to say, I mean, it's early and we're previewing it. I'm just going to go with the fights that I have on the screen because, I mean, if I wrote down every fight, we'll be here all day
we'll be here all day.
They start like early afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
They start like in the afternoon, then it goes to like 1 a.m. So so we'll be here all day. So just the fights out of Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. I don't know. Weidman's older, so I'm gonna go with Hall on that.
You gonna go with Hall?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Weidman.
You gonna go with Weidman? You gonna go with the veteran? You gonna go with the veteran?
Experience and the veteran, yeah.
You go with the veteran. I don't know that these young guys, man. You see these young guys, they become. You see what happened to Tyron Woodley, his last fight. These young guys come at you, bro.
Yeah, no, that's one.
They come at you, so I don't know. That it'll be a good fight. It'll be a good fight. So
yeah,
you know that we got that on the card, and then we got the co-main event: Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas. Am I saying that right? Namajunas?
I think so. Yeah,
Namajunas. Yes, because it's J-U.
Namajunas. Yeah.
Yes. So we got that fight, man. Out of those women, Weili, she tough, bro. She is tough. So I think I'm gonna go with Weili on that one.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
Weili, I think
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that one.
She's tough, man. I mean, all you gotta do is go on YouTube and type her name in, Weili Zhang. You know, you will see how tough
she can fight. She can fight.
How tough she is, man. So that you know, that's a co-main event, you know, and that's big for the ladies, you know, to get these main events and co-main events.
Yes.
You know, there's so much. These women are so much tougher. It seems like these past 10 years, they just get tougher and tougher and tougher. You're like, they can't get tougher, and they do get tougher every year. I don't know how the UFC finds these. You know, I know there's so many leagues. You got the one championship, and you got Bellator, and I know, you know, it's so many leagues out there for them to fight in. And then there's smaller leagues that, you know, as well. So they do a good job at finding these fighters.
Yeah,
they do a great job at finding these fighters.
And not only that, these fighters can fight.
That's what I mean, bro. Like they
no pushovers, man. They might be able to
beat
early days,
like early 2000s and stuff. UFC, it was tough fighters. Even like later on, like that whole decade from 2000 2010, like it was tough fighters. But the fights you see now,
they're unbelievable. And Ronda started all that with the women. She brought it up to another level.
Well, she brought it up. You know what? We can talk about that in another episode because
Ronda brought it up to another level, though.
Let's be honest. She was handed the championship.
Yeah, she was handed it, but she still brought it up to another level because
I wish they should have made a tournament. You know, first.
Well, we know who the real gorilla, who the silverback is in the women's class, which
Oh,
is
now,
Nunez.
the greatest.
Well,
She's a great.
the
She might
greatest
go
ever.
down
She's
as the greatest
ever.
of all time, man
Yeah,
or
she's the
woman.
greatest ever.
Man or woman. She might go down the greatest of all time.
She's the Ali
Amanda
of the
Nunes.
UFC
That's
for
who we're
women.
talking
Yes.
about, people. Amanda
Yes.
Nunes.
She's
She
the
might.
Ali.
She
She's
might
the
go
Ali of the
down
UFC for
as
women.
the greatest MMA fighter, man
Women's
or
fighter.
woman
Yes.
of all time. I'm just saying that's
she's
how
that
good she is. She's so good. I think she can fight the men right now.
I told her. I told you.
She can fight the men.
I'd run another. If me and her man in a dark alley, I'd be running the other way. I told you that. I'm not even gonna stay there. I'm going.
No.
I'm flying.
You want to fight her? No, you go ahead, bro. I'm good.
Nah. We good.
No, I got medical insurance, but I'm not trying to use it.
Yeah, no.
Not with man. She might be. We said this about guys. We said that about Anderson Spider Silver. We said this about John Jones, the greatest. But you got to look at who she's beaten on her path.
Everybody.
And how she's beating them.
Yeah, everybody.
Dominant. And
then she gives you the.
Have we seen her in a close match?
And then she gives you the finger to everybody.
Yes. Have we seen her in a close fight?
No.
So yeah, these girls get tougher and tougher, man. So you got that fight as co-main event, Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas. Hope I'm getting that correct. And you got the main event, part 2. Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal, aka the BMF, the baddest MFer champion, if you want to call him that. They gave him a belt. It's not a sanctioned belt, but they gave him that BMF belt. Jorge, but Usman. Jorge wasn't ready last time because it was short notice. So he had some time to prepare for this fight. So we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's going to be a better fight. But do you think he can? I'm just going to pick. I like Masvidal. I love Masvidal, bro. I love Masvidal.
Yeah.
But I do not think he can beat Usman.
No, I don't think that either. Masvidal is a great fighter.
He can make it a closer fight, maybe.
He might. Well, you never know in these fights, in these big fights like this. Remember, like you said, he was unprepared. He had a 2-week notice. Mm-hmm. He took the fight, I think, on 7 days, 2-week notice or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think a week or two. Yeah, it wasn't that long.
If he learned from his mistakes in that fight, we could see a different fight. We could see man, too tough to call. I mean, I give Osman a very slight favorite.
He's tough, man. Usman is
I don't think
Usman is these African fighters, man. You don't know.
I don't think he's ready to give up that belt yet. But
but
we might see a great fight. You never know.
And I love Jorge. I want him to do well. I just
if I'm a betting man, I'm betting the underdog, which is Jorge.
You remember Rocky 4?
Yeah.
What did Adrian tell Rocky? You can't win. Jorge, I love you. You're my guy. You're one of my guys.
You can't win.
But you're going, Usman is African, but he's the Russian.
Right.
Or
Mr. T.
He's Mr. T. Cover Lane in part 3 in that first fight. You remember? Mr. T. You remember? That's Usman. That's Usman. And the Africans are taking over these divisions, man. So
more power to the brothers, boy.
You know what I mean? It's just, it's just that's what it is right now. And it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna be watching it to you.
What?
I'll be on the set.
What? I might take a nap. I might take a nap midday just so I could be up late, so I won't miss
That's
nothing.
What basically I do too. Yeah.
Because you have to, because I hate getting tired. I hate getting, sometimes I might fall asleep on the fight. I'm not trying to miss this at all.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good fight.
Oh, yes, bro. And as we speak, man, we came to a another end of the freaking show. Tough as
Yes.
balls, bro. Before we get up out of here,
sports
man.
talk around, man. Giving it to you real. We're real.
Before we get up out of here, you know what you got to do. Plug it, plug it, plug it.
Come on, man. People paying too much for cable, $100, $200, $210. Tired of watching channels you don't watch? We got your everything. Cable with everything. We got your solution. 239-237-8164. Call us. We'll hook you up. You get everything, pay-per-view events, cable channels, all the sports packages, NFL ticket with NFL Red Zone. Give us a call.
NBA, MLB,
Everything.
NHL,
You will
everything.
not go
Soccer.
wrong.
Yes.
You will save money. That's our objective, to save you money.
Yes, 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 yes. And before we get up out of here, make sure you subscribe to the show wherever you listen to it. If it's iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to, make sure you subscribe to the show. We need those downloads. We need that support from the people out there. And make sure you follow the podcast on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Tough as balls. If you're watching on YouTube, you see how it's spelled on the screen. If you're listening, if you're listening through your speaker, it's THOUGHASBALLS. Tough as balls. It's just simple as that, baby. You know what I mean? And for my boy, the freaking Puerto Rican, I am the chosen one. And until next time, we up out of here. Peace. Man, I worked so hard, get the team right. Had to put it on my back, make it breathe like. Now I'm moving non-stop out the team.